Today's sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the San Francisco 49ers. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
On the double.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Well, this defense for the Buccaneers, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
White, blue. Yellow. Red. Cycle. Ready.
Here's Lance to throw it. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And he's got room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Black shot.
From the gun, it's Lance. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. The Niners come into this one still undefeated this deep in the year despite the 1 tie. And they've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Lance. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 33. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Let's go.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Trouble, 38. White.
Lance looks to throw again. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
On the ball.
They'll go option to the short side. They'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
And Lance now to throw. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Down. Six, 7.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. And they'll go for it. Lance, and able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Charles, their first drive of the game, and already they're taking chances here, but they get the fourth down conversion. I'm curious, do you think that that's something they game plan for on the opening drive if it came up, or is that something that happened organically?
I think that they game plan for it, Brandon, and when you think about it, let's just say it. The word analytics is a big part of how everyone looks at a game nowadays, but it's not just the analytics. It's a coach willing to be daring, willing to be bold, and they certainly were there.
There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Here we go.
In the box with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Drill green. Field black. Smash red. Mega.
To throw, it's Lance. And that will be incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
4th down field goal try coming, so Lance is off, and on comes Robbie Gould. And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through, and the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Here we go. Quick, yellow.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Austin Eckler with his 14th rushing touchdown of the year. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on, and they'll accept that penalty. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
A first carry for Rachaad White. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
To throw, it's Brady. And that is incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, ends up spilling it for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Lance. And that is incomplete.
Well, I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Yellow. Red, cycle. Black shot. Dog red. White, white.
Throwing now is Lance. And that is incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 43. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll start here with a handoff to White. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Hit and drop behind the line by Dre Greenlaw. For the first play of the drive, lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. To throw is Brady. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here's Jake Camarda now. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. I wouldn't say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. The slot man in motion right. Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. Rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Let's go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. And Lance going to throw. Lines up and lets it go for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Black Ultra. Green. Ultra. Go Ultra. Ready?
Working from the gun. Lance. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Bucs are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. Oh, that'll be incomplete. No, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big third down coming up.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Brady to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Jake Camarda sent on now to punt this away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete, and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Option play, and they'll give to Eckler. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 118 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, 10-0 our score. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Mike Edwards picks it off. And the Buccaneers are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Brady. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, but it looks like a Buccaneer was able to corral it. Yes, the Bucs have it. Tampa Bay keeps the possession. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Tashaun Gibson. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning it into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Cycle. 10 cycles.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Stuck for a loss by the safety, Antoine Winfield Jr. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. The kick by Gold is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they're able to come away with the interception, Charles. They aren't able to move the ball all that much. However, they do get 3 out of it with a field goal.
Yeah, and anytime you do force a turnover, you have to come out of it with points. Everybody wants 6. They'll take the 3 there. Now it's their opportunity to do it again.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So that PI call will give them one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one unless there's another defensive penalty.
And this is going to be no good. He missed it off to the left. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So this a 2-possession ball game as we get back underway, set for the third quarter. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, try and slow things down a little bit.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the first down. Here's Brady. And incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Brady going to throw. It's caught by Mike Evans. The 20, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bucs are back within a score. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it's now 13-7. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Lance now on first down. This is swung out to Eckler. He's got room past the 30. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And Lance's throw complete there to McLeod. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 16 more on that one and another first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
And he'll be taken down at the 34. Levante David in on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Lance to throw it. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. Complete to the tight end Kittle over the middle of the field. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 15-yard line. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. And officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. Slot man moves right. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Red cycle. Black shot. Hey,
they'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
Claw red.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Caught on a slant. 50 catches for him now on the year. He's got a first down. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create it.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. His 7th rushing touchdown on the year, number 8 overall, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Lance going to try to throw for this. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Tashaun Gibson. And the Niners force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now Lance. And Thomas has it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this third quarter of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Lance. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Josh Jones. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Ready, set.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And now this fourth quarter becoming very interesting. That pick 6 makes this a 1-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be.
On the double.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Once more, here's Eckler. And he's stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here we go.
And this offense on 3rd down today, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5.
Black Ultra. Trail green. Cut.
Shotgun now for Lance. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock. Really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
36 yards on the punt with no return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback. On play action, it's Brady. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Brady. The pass is caught by Cade Otton. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Oh, no, he lost the football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around a lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Brady again. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Throwing now is Brady. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Open man has got it. It's complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's White. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Rachaad White, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
Tackle made back at the 22-yard line.
Yellow, 1.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And he can muster only a couple here to the 24.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Blocker, 6. Slide 2. Yellow.
Here's Lance. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Right, 97. Ready?
A give. Eckler running to the right. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Black shot. Ball red. Jet, jet.
Now Lance. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Lance looking to throw. Pass complete, Thomas. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Lance back to throw. That one complete downfield to Thomas. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. So now it'll all come down to Robbie Gould. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left.
Ready, ready.
And they will take a knee and set up what would be a potential game-winning field goal try. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And his kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for San Francisco, the win will be their 12th now on the campaign. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.